Let's talk about how to use practical skills and tools when life gets really messy. That's what the Salty Blossom's all about, right? So I'm always talking about, okay, things got tough for me in my 30s and I had to figure out for myself the tools that were going to actually work to help me figure things out. And now we offer yoga, Reiki, Akashic Records, crystals, and while those sound like they're down a rabbit hole, they are the things, the practical tools that turn things around for me. So here's a picture of how that actually works. To give you an example, I am going through a messy emotional time right now, and all the moms and parents out there will understand. I dropped my daughter off to college for the first time, first one out of the nest, and I'm telling you that it blindsided me. I didn't know that it was going to be such a heartbreak for me. The act of letting her go has been awful. It's been awful. I've been on an emotional roller coaster. You know what I'm talking about. Something comes into your life and it kind of, oops, I did not see that coming. And now we're on the loop. And now I'm overthinking. And now the emotion that I'm feeling has actually grown and become bigger than is necessary. And so I've had to say to myself, hey, you know all these tools. What are you going to do to manage this situation? So I want to show you and tell you, here's what I've done to bring myself back to a stable place. All right, first, I would like to say that just coming to a yoga class will get your energy moving, and it will, when you are in a yoga class, the chemicals produced in the brain reduce anxiety. It's the same chemicals that pharmaceutical companies use in anti-anxiety medication. Our bodies know how to produce that on their own. Yoga is one of the avenues that prompts the body to do this. So coming to a yoga class will reduce your anxiety. You will feel resistant to coming, and I can tell you because, hello, I'm the yoga lady, and I'm in this awful, like, letting go whirlwind of emotions, and it was my job to come teach yoga, and I didn't want to. I was like, I just want to lay on the couch. I don't want to do anything else for the rest of my life. I'll just be here on the couch wallowing. Obviously I didn't. I came, I did my job, I taught the class, and all it took was one yoga class, and I thought, wow, I can't believe I felt so out of control before. Like now everything feels in perspective. I'm not saying it took away my suffering. I'm not saying I'm still not sad and a little heartbroken. Listen to what I said. It put everything into perspective, because this is the problem, right? We have the thoughts and the emotions, and then we start going down a rabbit hole, we spinning in circles, and it grows to be out of perspective. That's when things go awry. So one yoga class brought it back. I could see things clearly, not the crazy rabbit hole situation I was imagining, but the actual truth of the situation, okay? So that's yoga. Let's talk about Reiki. I'm a Reiki master. So I sat down, I sent Reiki to myself, and it's what a wonderful gift to be a Reiki master, because I could send Reiki to my daughter for her first day of class. I sent Reiki to her room. I cleared out all other past energy, any negative energy that was in there, so that I know her dorm room is going to be supportive of her. I surrounded both of us so that we would feel supported. I always imagine Reiki as like a cushion, and to me it looks like a marshmallow. I'm just putting a marshmallow around us so that as I go about my day, if I have little stumbles or bumps, I'm just gonna bounce off because I'm surrounded in marshmallow. All right, so knowing Reiki, being able to send Reiki at a distance, that requires Reiki 2 training. Anyone can do this. It is not crazy, it's not hard, it is not impossible to learn. Anyone can learn this. And now look at this skill I have. I'm so worried about my daughter. I was able to send Reiki, I could tune in, I could feel her energy, and I could say, you know what, she's okay right now. So that brought me peace of mind. Again, it fixed the same problem. Things were out of proportion. I brought it back, I could see the truth. Next, Akashic Records. Oh boy, all right. This is, to me, the most powerful tool I hate to say that. All of the tools are really powerful. This one is wonderful in that it gives information. So yoga makes us feel a certain way. Reiki gives us some insight and also helps us to feel, to come back to a baseline. Akashic Records gives us actual information. All right, so I opened my records and I said, how can I best support Evie as she goes through this next transition? And that was concrete, tangible, useful information that the guides that I was able to access, it gave me steps to take. Because when we're in this overwhelm, when we're down the rabbit hole, what we need is someone to say, do this, and then do this, and then do this. And suddenly life is more manageable. They also, I explained how I was feeling, which they knew, just me entering the records, they knew. And they shifted how I was thinking about the situation. What I was thinking was awful and negative, and it's just going to ruin everything. They said, no, my dear, this is actually, we're doing this to the benefit of everyone in this situation. And they explained themselves, and I suddenly understand the situation on a much higher level. I'm no longer panicking because now I understand this is how it needs to be like this. This is not a hardship, this is making things better. And I know I can't go into more detail because that would be sharing personal information, but in an Akashic session, that's what you get. Understanding, information, affirmation, everything is actually okay. Here's why. All right, so with all of that, now I'm just gonna throw in that I'm also a crystal lady, crazy about crystals, and I will use crystals as well. I'm gonna leave that for another video, but because that I could talk hours and hours and hours on that. Okay, so we think the Salty Blossom, yeah, yoga, Reiki, Akashic Records, crystals. And it's very easy to think that's esoteric, that's too much, that's not for me. What I'm hoping that I've shown you is that these are practical tools. These are tools to change the chemicals in your brain. These are the tools to give you useful information and the next steps to take. These are the tools to give you peace of mind by restarting or clearing out the literal energy that is running through your body using Reiki, and giving you, with Reiki training, the ability to then share that with loved ones. That is peace of mind, that is nurturing, that is everything that I want to do. So I am not saying that my problem is solved. I'm not saying that everything is rainbows and butterflies. I'm still sad. I still feel like my heart's a little broken. I'm still crying once in a while. But this is all the truth. Now, using my tools, I see the situation for what it is. I see the truth, not the exaggerated version that I had created for myself. This is the Salty Blossom. The Salty Blossom brings you the tools to see the truth about you, the truth about the situation. See things as they are, not as the world would have you believe. This is what I offer. This is what I can't wait to work with you about. Come ask me some questions. Let's do it.